Hello everyone, Preston here with another video on my channel, Prolix Art. Today we are actually going to be working on my artwork for my D&D campaign. As you guys all know, I am a huge fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and I just kind of wanted to go in and make something for my D&D group. So, before we get started with the speed paint, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get on into it. Alrighty, so with this whole video I was working on, and the corruption for the original sketch and composition side of things kind of got taken down, so we're kind of already a bit into the video. I love D&D and I wanted to try getting a little bit more into the art style of Tetsuya Nomura, the creator and artist of Kingdom Hearts, and I think that it would be super fun to try making my entire D&D group in that kind of style, so I wanted to test myself into getting that kind of style. Now, with the composition of this piece, I wanted it to be those triangle V things but reversed, so that it has the DM, which would be me, in the background and getting everyone to set down from there, so you see the full group. And I try to make sure everyone had their own little spotlight in the composition, at least at some point, where it wasn't too hard to see everyone. That was something that I really wanted to do, was get the whole group in. There is this extra character here that is in the back behind my shoulders that did pass away when I was about to start this piece. So I kind of just put them in the back, just being like, this is the memory of their character. They're in the past. We're going to remember them, but we're going to continue moving forward with the campaign and see where things go. Their character's name was Val. It was kind of a huge shock to me and everyone else, because I wasn't planning to do anything to get anyone off at all, and not saying that I normally do. It was just very shocking and seeing that that was happening. But let's get into kind of the talks of the party. We're going to start out with Thalia, the ranger in our group, who is the beast companion ranger and beastmaster. But they wanted to make a custom beast for their character, and I thought it was super fun and a cute idea, and I kind of played with it and made sure that I made the character and the story around that creature to match the character's goal of working on that character. And it was super fun to see where this character and creature are working towards to get things into an interesting situation story-wise with her. Now I'm working on the line art for Nonicon, the Tiefling Warlock, which we haven't really touched on their story yet. We've hinted to things, and in the artwork there is a little bit of a hint for the player on their story a little bit, because they are a knowledge-based Warlock who is basing their Patreon on a book that they got from someone after their situation. I'm trying to keep things very vague for the people that I play with, so that they don't get spoilers for the campaign. And it was super fun to work on this character. Now we're on to Jorah, the Warforged samurai from the time before the convergence of two worlds. In my world, there was a time before two worlds hitting together, because the gods came back after a war against some dragon riders who took the power of the gods, and they were defeated, so then the gods came back and formed these two worlds together. Jorah is from the side of when the dragon riders were in charge, and he worked under them, but he found a weapon that allowed him to gain his own conscience and his own sentience, and has been traveling the two worlds ever since, because now the two worlds are combined. And that was kind of a cool little story that we worked out, and trying to make sure that he was lore accurate with being a warforged in my world, because his world, they were a lot more technologically advanced than most beings. Now we are going to Pan, the Leonin barbarian, which he's gone through some story stuff mentally a lot, especially since he was one of the players that was closest to Val. Him and Thalia were the close ones to the character Val, who passed in the game. And he really has been going through a lot recently because of that. His understanding of how he's defending his friends and so on with his character and everything like that has been interesting. Now, he did have this sword when I was working on this piece, but because it was a cursed dragon sword with the soul of a dragon in it that was looking for magic crystals or lacrima to become whole again, he decided to throw that sword into a giant lacrima crystal. Now he doesn't have that sword anymore, so I had to figure something else out to get him to match with everyone. Now we're working on Adler, which he is an Owlin bard, and he's so fun. He actually took the lead of being a lawyer for a session, trying to convict a big bad for the little town that they were in, or little city that they were in, to make sure that he was convicted correctly. And he did very well with all of his roles, as well as his roleplay, which was awesome. Now I am working on Val's player's new character, Kira, who is a rogue, and that's about it that the party knows about her. So it's kind of interesting to see where things are going. I am now going to be working on the line art for Tanner and Venric, who are NPCs in the world. Tanner is more of the story-based one. He came back out of a meteorite with amnesia. So, yeah, the party's kind of confused with that. Thalia got really close to him with kind of efforts from the party pushing that onto her, as well as the player wanting it. So it was kind of interesting to see the relationship blossom, which I wasn't thinking of a relationship with him. I was kind of using him mainly for, plot relevance. Venric is their sponsor, though. He is a billionaire playboy philanthropist, totally not based off of any big person at all, and has a secret that the party is yet to find out. This is a really fun group to play with. I really enjoyed working on this piece, and the cool thing was I did a lot of studying on Tetsuya Nomura's style, and I feel like I'm starting to get how he renders a little bit more, because I've done a couple pieces in the past with his style, and I really enjoy working on it. It just takes a while with how many characters I put into this piece. I think the total hours for this was somewhere around 15 to 20 hours, just for a very simple, I feel simple, design and character implementations. But I did notice that he does do a lot of base colors and then shadows and then highlights, kind of like the normal anime-esque style that I am used to doing, but a very more watercolored based version. Even with his digital work, it looks really watercolor based. And that was something that I found was super interesting working on this piece. The colors for all of these characters, I took time to talk to each player and understand what their characters are like and what's going on. And I think that this actually shows their characters fairly well. Towards the end, you'll see that I do a little bit of rendering and fixing up here and there, but for the most part, it's a very simple and easy to render out kind of style, so it stays that messy texture. And I really enjoyed this because I actually grew up on Kingdom Hearts like a lot of people around my age. And this was something I've been wanting to try out since he did do a lot of influences towards my younger years. Now, this campaign, to jump back into the campaign side of things, they've traveled a lot, and there's some interesting groups that are messing with this world because it is a converged of two different worlds. So there's a lot of past and present and futures of both worlds coming together. But I'm trying to lead up with a group called the that right now the party knows them as the Masks, because they wear these dragon masks that are hiding their true identities but are connected to each other through some magical means. Adler specifically has tested out these magical means with so many opportunities, as every time he can, he tests it out, sees what's going on. And it's super interesting to see his reaction to what might be going on with it. Though, I don't think the party has connected the dots on locations and who they've seen the masks with. Because I have hinted that these masks are showing up in normal situations like a mage's library or a bard general or bard guildmaster's library and things like that. So there's different groups that are showing up, and I'm excited to see the party actually put these groups two and two and putting everything together in a really well made story that they're helping me create. This is such a really fun piece. I enjoyed it. I think Echo, the archer's creation, is one of my favorite things to roleplay in this campaign because I don't really have to speak with it. I just have to gesture and go. And I think it's really fun. Kind of wanted to bring my hobby into my chosen career path as an artist, and wanting it to be seen that I'm making stuff for my party just as much as I'm making stuff for me and my clientele. And I think this is a really fun piece that has generated a lot and showed me where I need to improve upon in my skills. If you guys enjoy this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys at the end of this video. everyone again for watching this video. It was so much fun with working on this piece for my D&D campaign. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment actually what you do if you were able to play a D&D. Would you play as the DM or would you make a character? And if so, what kind of character would you make? Let me know in the comments down below because I would like to know what you guys work on and play as in D&D. And if you don't play D&D, let me know what your favorite JRPG or MMO character is. And that's kind of the same, D&D based everything for all those games. But in any case, remember to subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.